Hey there, it's James here, and in this video I'm going to talk about risk reward. I'm also going to talk about how to alleviate the fear of losing trades, because most people fail as traders because of the fear of failure. Either they get into a trade that is a really good trade, but they close it early because of fear, or they skip a trade because of fear. And a lot of times it's kind of a double-edged sword, or kind of a double whammy, because a lot of people will skip a trade because they're afraid to take the trade, and then when that trade starts to go their way, they'll actually chase it down and get in late, and that completely wrecks their risk reward and ends up making them a very poor trader. So in this video I'm going to show you a very simple strategy. I'm not telling you to go out and trade this strategy. I'm simply using it to illustrate a point. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is we're going to get our 12 and 26 EMAs off the chart. I'm going to have one EMA on the chart. This happens to be the stock NIO, and we're going to use a 200 EMA. And just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to start with today, and we're going to go back in time, and we're going to test a very simple system. Now, this system works like this. If a stock opens above the 200 EMA, the first time it touches it, we're going to quote unquote long it. And if a stock opens below that 200 EMA, we're going to short it when it first touches it. Okay, and we're going to keep track of our wins and losses, and I'm going to show you how this system could work multiple ways. All right, so, and again, I'm not telling you to trade this system. That's not the point. The point is to simply show you that you don't need to fear losing trade. Okay, so this is March 17th here. We opened below the EMA, so we would be shorting this right here. And let's say that for our stop loss on this particular stock, let's say we're going to use 20 cents. Why 20 cents? It is a random number. Okay, it is not special. It used to be about 0.5%, and so I used it a lot of times for stop losses on this stock, but now the stock's fallen so much that it's more than 1%. All right, so our first trade of the day would look like this. The market would open right here, it would come up, it would fill our order right on that 200. We'd have a 20-cent stop loss, and then we'd be looking for a 40-cent move down. And did we get it? It looks like we got it, but we probably didn't. What probably happened here was this probably opened here, went down first, and then went up. So we're going to call that a loser. Okay, and then over to the side, I have a little notepad, and I'm going to keep track of how many we win and how many we quote-unquote lose. Okay, we go back in time. We opened above it, but never touched it. Day before that, we opened, let's see, this was our 8:30 candles. We opened below it, so we're going to look for a short. It touched it right there. We want a 20-cent stop. Immediately stopped out. We have two losers. Go back in time. Never touched it that day. This day, we also did not touch it. Day before that, looks like we touched it, but the market wasn't open yet, so we never touched it. Day before that, we didn't touch it. Day before that, we didn't touch it, right? We actually did touch it here. Actually, I take that back. Way over here, we touched it, right? That was the first touch of the day, so we would take a short there, 20-cent stop, 40-cent profit target, and it's a loser. We have three losers and no winners. And I'm not going to go back super far. I'll go back maybe like a month. Let's do this fairly quick. Right? Touched it here, went up. We can obviously see that was not only a winner, but a big winner. Right? Should we have a little more fun with it? Maybe say, if we're right, we go for 3-to-1. Let's do it. So, winners are 3-to-1. There's one winner. It doesn't matter, by the way. Again, I don't want you to think this is a real system. I'm going to get to a point at the end of all this, and you will be able to take some of this and maybe learn from it. So here, it's like, oh man, look, what an awesome short. Wrong. It opened above it. We would be long right here, so another loser. No go. And that would be way up there. So we'll add another loser. We have 4 losers so far and only 1 winner. Next day, we opened above it and another loser. That's 5 losers. We're back at the beginning of the month now. This day we opened below it. We tagged it. right there, and we dumped hard. There was our 3-1. Could have got more like 8-1 that day. So 3-1. We got 2 winners and 5 losers. Now I'm going to pause right here for just a second. Right now, we've went back to March 2nd. Today is March 18th when I'm shooting the video. So I don't know how many trade days were in there, maybe 10 or 12 days. We have 5 losing trades right now. Okay? We have 2 winning trades. But when we lost 1 R. So if you're risking 1% of your trade fund, 1 R is 1% of your trade fund. So you would be down 5% on those trades. But our winners were 3 R, meaning that you'd be up 6% on them. So even with this weird random system that I literally just pulled out of thin air right before I started shooting this video, the 20 cent and 60 cent thing, I do use that 200 EMA, and I've talked about it in my Discord before. Like, there are trades that revolve around that, but they're not quite this simplistic. But yeah, this is a winning system so far, so let's just keep going. We'll go back up maybe another week or 2. So this is March 2nd. We came down hard and fast. We tagged it here. Can't tell if it got stopped out or not. Yes, another loser. So we're at 6 losers now, and still at 2 winners. What about right here? We opened up here, we tagged it, and how beautiful is that? We belong right there with at least a 60 cent profit target. And here's the interesting thing, you may be picking up on this. I bet you, we're doing 3-1, but I bet, look at that, that was almost 11-1. I bet over the last few weeks, we probably could have got 5, 6, 7-1 on our winners. Crazy stuff. But we're going to stick with 3 for the example, because the last few weeks have been kind of weird. Okay, so another winner. So now we have 3 winners at 3R each, so 9R. We have 6 losers, so we're minus 6R. We're up 3R. All right, and I think I'll stop. Should we stop there? That was the 28th. Yeah, let's do a couple more. This would be a loser, so that's 7 losers. This one would be tagged it right here. Almost positive that's a loser. Right? Yeah. So another loser, so that's 8 losers. Right here, I think this might have got clipped. Let's see. Would enter right on that candle. 20 cent stop. Oh, that's painful. Look at that. Clipped it before the big move down. That is 9 losers. Our system is falling apart. No touch. No touch. Right? No touch. Yeah. Back here, we open below it. Another loser. Back here, we opened above it. Tagged it. Went up. Did we get... How far did this go down? So that would have went down 15 cents. Another loser. We're now at 11 losers and 3 winners. We're negative. That tagged it again. Easily 3R. Much more than 3R in reality. 20 cent stop. A potential 8R, but we're going for 3. So let's pull this back in. Are you seeing this? Every time it starts to get down, because the winners are so much bigger than the losers, it only takes 1 win to kind of right the ship. So here this person would be up 12R on their winners. They'd be down 11R on their losers. They'd actually be profitable. Okay? And I could keep going with this, but we're back over a month now. This is February 15th, so right around 30 days. So think about this for a second. A very random system that works very simply because of risk reward, because of money management. Now imagine if you were worried about, like, let's say this was a legit system you were using, and if you couldn't handle losing 11 times, well, you wouldn't be able to use this system, right? If you were worried about losing, this would never work because you're losing most of the time. Let's do the math. Look at this. If you're losing 11 out of 15 trades, you are losing 73% of the time, meaning that you're only winning about 26.5% of the time, a little over 26.5%, almost 1/4, right? That means you're losing like 3/4 of the time. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. And again, in reality, we were going for 3R there, but we could have easily made that 4, 5, 6R. And in this example, it would have worked. Would it work on every stock, every asset? I don't know. I haven't back tested it on every asset because I just pulled it out of thin air, like I said. This video is not about teaching you a system. It's about training you to realize that you really have nothing to fear if you're using a system, a consistent system that has been proven to work. This one obviously hasn't, but it has been proven to work. You're going to lose. You're going to lose a lot of trades. If you're really, really good, you're probably going to lose 40%. If you're good, you're going to lose at least 50%. If you're average, you're probably going to lose 60%. If you're not so great, you're probably going to lose 70%, right? Or more. The key is to make sure that when you get a winner, you ride that winner for at least your profit target. Because if this person closed these just a little early, let's say they close them at 2.5R, well, now they're up 10R, but they're down 11R up here, and they're a losing trader just because they're closing trades early. So don't let fear shake you out of trades unless the chart itself gives you a reason to close a trade. Sometimes you'll be in a trade and the chart will show a setup. Maybe you're long and a short setup comes in. Nothing wrong with flipping short. Or maybe you're short and a long setup comes in. Nothing wrong with flipping long. But don't let fear push you out of a trade, and don't let fear make you skip trades. Be okay losing, all right? Because you've got to get through the losers to get to the winners. I guess it's kind of like, in a funny sort of way, I always use the analogy with sales, right? The more people you talk to, the more sales you make. The more no's you hear, the closer you are to a yes. It's kind of like dating too, though, right? Very few people marry the first person that they think they want to marry, right? You go through the process, you date, you break up with people, you dump people dump you, right? But eventually you get to where you're going. So trading is the exact same way. All right, I've got so many videos that I've shot for you all, and they are just sitting waiting to be edited. So I don't know when I will get this to you. I might push this to the front of the line because it's so important. But regardless whether I get it to you today, March 18th, 2022, or whether it's 6 months from now, this is valid information, and it's probably more important than anything else when it comes to trading. It's just getting a handle on that mental side of things. All right, so this is James, obviously reminding you I'm some guy sitting in my spare room at 3:17 in the morning. So nothing in the video is financial advice. You should always go out and do your own due diligence and seek out professional financial advice from a licensed financial advisor for making any type of investment in cryptocurrency, the stock market, precious metals, Forex, or any other tradable asset. All right, this is James reminding you all to please trade safe. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you soon.